Hello, welcome back. Okay, so I have finished tracing all the drawings that I've done, and I have the one corner ready. What I've done is I have copied and pasted the design into another document, so it's more clean, the working space. And because of the nature of this type of work, you will have to probably make adjustments where the designs join and then check that these actually match when you are moving them. So if I select everything and hold down the Alt key and the Shift key and bring it up, then just need to check that these match. And sometimes you have to adjust these, but if you do adjust them, you need to make sure that you adjust the top and this part here and keep checking that everything matches. So I still have to change the color of this and make a few more adjustments, but it's sort of matching now. It will have to be even more adjusted than this, even more checked, but just for the sake of the demonstration, this is pretty good. And what I'm going to do now is I pulled up my color palette, which is my favorite color palette. I usually go for these colors, and sometimes I just add like a deeper red or something like that, but normally I go for these colors. And I've started to take care of the various elements and change the color. So I have forgotten here and there some of these berries. I've changed the color of the butterflies. So I'm not too sure about this orange. I need to see. And then I need to change this to the green. Which one was it? I think it was, nope, this one. And then I'm not going to join them just yet. And so there's a bit of work to do to color it. And then of course you have to do the same sort of checking things in here as well. So select your design and then move a copy over and see if it matches. So I have adjusted this. It needs to be a little bit more refined, but more or less I've adjusted it. And then if you don't like how it looks, you can always add another leaf or something else here. So I'm just going to carry on with the coloring. So what I'm going to do is probably I'm just going to use the paint bucket tool and fill in the shapes. And I might just I might leave the outline, or I might take it away and leave just the inside. I will see how it looks, and I will speed this up. So there's another different color here, and then of course this needs to be at the top, and a few adjustments here and there just to make sure that everything looks nice. So these bits here, for example, needs to be smoothen out. And smoothen, is that a word? I think I just made up a word. And okay, so I will speed it up and finish this part of the work. Alright, so it still needs a little bit of work because there are some details that need adjusting. If you notice here, I have done a close shape, and this you can see a little bit, but if you don't have a close shape, then you won't be able to fill it. So there are a few more details that needs adjusting, and I advise you that when you do this, for work or for a pattern that you're going to print, you check it very, very carefully that everything is just right. This is just to show you how to do the border, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. So at this point, I think I would group the 3 tiles, and this one, and yeah, and this one. Okay, and then if we have, let's say, our usual tablecloth, so we can make this a bit smaller, and let's see, so we make it a bit smaller, and I'm going to repeat this. So I'm holding down Alt and Shift. Let me see here, like that, and then maybe repeat it one more time. Okay, and repeat this up as well, and make sure that it's matching. Just move it here to the side. Okay, and then once we have this, we can do the other side and the other corner. So we can duplicate this on this side, and the best thing to do, I think, is to reflect this. So if I hit the O key on the keyboard for the reflect tool, and then this will be reflected on this side, and we need to move it a little bit, and then you will need to adjust this because of when you do something by hand like this, there's always a little bit that needs to be adjusted, but this is quite easy to do. Let's see, maybe we can use, for example, a little bit of the eraser. Oops, a bit too much. Like that, and then make it a bit bigger. So just with the direct selection tool, you can manipulate the different anchor points, and again, you can spend a bit more time on that. After all, this is not going to be a pattern, so once you adjust this, you don't need to repeat it. And then same thing at the top. Maybe, let's see, if I get rid of these, I can just duplicate this one. So R on your keyboard for rotate, and then I'm going to put it here. Hold down the Alt key while you're rotating, so you make a copy, and then just match this. Again, check that everything is matching, and you have your border pattern. If you want, you can rotate just that. So just this one here. Let's put it around here. needs to be a bit lower. Okay, and then it's a smaller border. So, and then you can make your adjustment, you can change things, you can add things, because this is going to be, as I was saying, just a placement print. So it doesn't have to be repeated, and you can do all the adjustments you want once you have your border. And on the other hand, if you want to do just a single border without doing the corners, then it's the same principle as before. You place it, maybe for this you might need to move this or delete it even, but just place it in your artboard, or if you have a measurement, then you can make it work for your measurement, and you can just repeat this, and then you put your bounding box, like I explained you before with the previous lessons on how to make a border. So you can just make a single border, or you can make top and bottom like this, and you will have your bounding box somewhere there. I don't know, this is just bring it at the back just to show you roughly what it could look like. So it would be something like that for top and bottom. You can do a fabric like this, or you can have this as a tablecloth, for example. So maybe it would go all the way there like that. And if you want, if it's a tablecloth, you can even add something in the center if you like the idea. So you can add like a centerpiece. I don't know, at the moment I wasn't planning to do this, but let's make this a bit smaller, for example, and then this here. So you can work out a design to put here, or you can even put the four corners, so like that. And make this smaller. Oops, too small. Okay, let's see. Just a bit rough, but just to show you. So you can work out a tablecloth design with something in the center and all around. So you can work it out if you have the measurements, so that this is actually on the top of the table, or you can make it larger, and this will be on the part where the tablecloth is coming down from the table. So it's all up to you. And then you can find some nice mock-ups and have a look what it looks like if you put it actually on a table. So this is not too bad, but it needs a bit of work because it needs refining. But I didn't want to go over the top trying to make it perfect when it's the purpose is just to show you how this whole thing works. And in the next lesson I'm going to show you how to upload a border design on Spoonflower if you want to print your fabric, or if you want to put it for sale. I'll see you in the next lesson.